Classic, muscle and classic, classic, muscle and classic, muscle and
every day I ride, got my top down cruising, super sport and a 36. What you say? Every day, oh yeah, every day I ride, got my top down cruising, super sport and a 36. What you say? Every day, oh yeah.
Muscle and classic, muscle and classic, muscle and classic.
Family, welcome to this month's episode of Muscle and Classics. It's your big brother e.red, and I'm joined by my brothers, Gator, and the OG himself, Uncle Earl. That's right, and together we are 3Speed. Now, as we promised you last month, this month, we return with the Spotlight Driver of the Month, a segment that has been greatly missed on this show. We've had tons of requests from the fans. When are you guys going to have the Bandolero and Young Lions division backs on? Well, actually, fans, it's this month, so get ready for it.
That's right.
Tell them what else we got coming up, fam. That's right. You know how we do it. It's the Gator and the Guru. We head out to Streetside Classics for the Test Drive of the Month with Car Guy Chronicles. Tom Slowett.
Absolutely.
Take out this nasty 1954 Cadillac Vert, baby. This month we take you on a car show merry-go-round, man. Streetside Classics, the Hot Rod Power Show, and the C.a.n.d.o car show. You know how we do it, so without further ado, let's go.
Absolutely.
Well, fam, you know how we do it. Without any further ado, it's everybody's favorite Friday Night Drag. We'll be right back. It's time for Friday Night Drag. Be on the lookout for Nicholas and his RX-7 on the new season of No Prep Camp. And 13-year-old Gracie does it again. Up next, we go inside our home garage, Atlanta Auto Restoration. We'll be right back.
Classic and muscle car owners looking for someone trustworthy to help you get back on the road? Let Atlanta Auto Restoration help you today. We specialize in frame-off restoration, sheet metal repair and replacement, engine and transmission replacement, interior body and paint, and much more in classic vehicles 1975 and older. Master mechanic and fabricator Mark Engel and team can restore and maintain your classic today. Find us on the web at atlautoresto.com or call 770-946-8949.
How you doing? This is Johnny Johnson from Tuning School. You're watching Muscle and Classics.
Welcome back to the show, family. It's now time to go inside of our home garage, Atlanta Auto Restoration, to check in with Brandon and Duncan in the metal shop as they continue the restoration on that 1972 Chevelle convertible. Oh yeah.
Welcome back to Muscles and Classics. This is Brandon. Right now, what you see me doing, I'm working on this 1962 Starfire. We in the first stages of body work. We got the first prime on there, and what you see me doing, I'm blocking it out. I'm trying to make sure I get every imperfection on this car so it's smooth like glass. Now we have an intern with us. You see him doing some sheet metal work over there. We're trying to teach him some stuff, but we're gonna get back to Duncan on this Chevelle, and he gonna show you what's going on.
Welcome back to Muscles and Classics. My name's Duncan with Atlanta Auto Restoration. We're continuing on our 1972 Chevelle project today. Now, we haven't done a lot of work since the last time you guys saw it, as we've been preoccupied with other projects in the shop. But today we are working on replacing the trunk pan. As you can see, we have already cut out the main section of the floor pan. Over the next few days, I'll be going through separating the seams, cleaning, grinding, and preparing all the surfaces for the installation of the new floor pan. What you see here is me using an air hammer to go in and kind of forcefully remove some of the old metal. Sometimes it gets rusted and these welds aren't very easy to get out. They kind of get stuck in there, so you kind of have to use a little bit of the persuasion technique to get them out. Hopefully next time y'all come through with E, we'll have this trunk pan installed, and we'll be on to maybe some quarters or a tail pan or something like that. We can show y'all, get some more unique stuff on the show. Until next time, this is Duncan.
Appreciate that, Brandon and Duncan. Tune in next month as they continue the restoration on this Chevelle. After the break, it's the Gator and the Guru, Streetside Classics Test Drive of the Month. It's the OG. And this month on Uncle Earl's Families and Charities, we spotlight Over Everything. Over Everything is a family show based around motivation, recognition, and education. Started by Sarah and Elton Potts, they invite you into their homes, and while entertaining you, cover everything from current events to tips and tricks that make everyday life a little easier.
And the moral of the story is do whatever you can for your mom, as crazy as it sounds.
Tune in every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, facebook.com/overeverything1.
This is Brandon with Atlanta Auto Restoration, and you tune in to Muscles and Classics.
Family, welcome back to Muscle and Classics. It's that time again. The Gator and the Guru, you know what's up. Car Guy Chronicles, Tom Floyd, the man. Now, Streetside Classics Test Drive of the Month is always a great segment because we always have something special to show you. So Tom, today, man, tell us about this beautiful piece of work, man.
This month we're going classic instead of muscle. This is a 1954 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. 54 is the second year for this car. 53 Harley Earl, they did the first GM Motorama. Okay. And so 53, they had the concept Cadillac Eldorado Buick Skylark and Oldsmobile Starfire convertibles were like the feature cars.
Okay.
And the next year they redesigned it. They only made 2,150 of these cars.
Wow.
The 54, you can tell with that ribbed aluminum panel on the quarter panel there, and they flattened out the top of that rear fender compared to the 53.
Right, straight right
But
there.
I mean, this was the top of the line personal luxury convertible for the time.
This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. So you said they only made just over 2,000 of these?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's not the rarest car, but it's a pretty rare
I just say that's
for a
small
regular
amount.
production car that
Yeah.
wasn't like you know, a car they made so that they could race them, you know, on Sundays. So,
Man,
yeah, pretty cool.
this is beautiful, man. So what's under the hood?
All right, so we've got a 331 cubic inch V8 here. Makes about 230 horsepower, about 340 pound-feet of torque. You know, it is period motor. It's, you know, running a generator. You've got the external oil filter there, and it does have power steering. It, you know, looks a little different than some of the muscle era stuff. It's a larger unit, still pulley driven, but high option car for the 50s. Other options they've got, you know, power windows, power seat, and then it's got this Autronic Eye, which is the automatic headlight dimming system that they came out with, so that the brakes can get turned off if there's oncoming traffic, or it can turn the lights on automatically at dusk.
This girl beautiful and she's heavy. Well, hey family, you know what time it is. Let's take a ride. Buckle up, let's go. So this is the first Cadillac we've been out in, man. You guys normally have a bunch of beautiful cars, especially I've seen several beautiful Cadillacs inside, man, but this one is special, man.
Well, you just rarely get the ones from the 50s, especially early 50s. You know, 54 was the second year for this car, and you know, like we were talking about, they only made just over 2,000 at 2150. So, you know, I'm not sure how many are still around today, but it's not going to be that many.
Not going to be a lot. You're absolutely right about that. So what was the major competition on the market? You were breaking down for me earlier, the major competition on the market at the time that, you know, encompasses these cars. Because this style of car, you was doing it if you had this car in 54.
Yeah, I mean, this was, you know, this was the big dog, you know, and so GM made, you know, basically almost the same car, but with, you know, totally different body panels and interiors. The Buick Skylark and then the old Fiesta. But as far as competition, I mean, there really wasn't a lot of other makes. I mean, you know, the Packard convertible was another top of the line that, you know, somebody would have considered if they wanted the big dog convertible. You know, but Ford didn't really have something really comparable to this. You know, so I mean, this was really probably the one you were going to go to, this in the Packard at the time.
So those cars comparable to this size, because I noticed on this year the lines are different than the prior year and the year after, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically every year they were changing up at least body panels and stuff, I guess just to keep it fresh, and, you know, so they had something to market. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the quarter panels on this car, the tops of those quarters are flat until you get to that little fin at the back. You know, and then the fin started to grow in later years, but, you know, the previous year car was a little more curvy on that rear quarter panel. And I think what they wanted is that, you know, people wanted to have bragging rights that they got the new model, so they wanted to have visual cues that you could easily see from the outside of the car, so that you knew that you had the current year model.
Right. So that's how they always made sure you were up to date with the body lines, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you always hear the old guys talking about, oh yeah, you know, my dad every year used to get a new whatever, you know, a new Cadillac convertible, or they get a new whatever, and, you know, because that was the thing. All right, the new year model is out, there's going to be some changes, some improvements. I mean, that was what people, you know, it was a long time if you kept the car 3 or 4 years back then. I mean, the trading cycle wasn't like it is now.
So value range for a car in this condition, with it being such a small number of them manufactured, what value? What stage?
You know, this car here, I would consider a number 3 car. You know, most of these that you see are going to be museum quality or in need of a full restoration. This one's kind of in the middle. You know, you can drive it. It looks real good. You know, It's not up to Concours level. You know, in this type of condition, this is still around $100,000 car. You know, if it was freshly restored, everything perfect, I mean, these cars have brought, you know, $250,000. So, I mean, it's definitely a valuable car. You know, Eldorado, I mean, it's probably the most famous Cadillac model.
Saw this gray 63, beautiful car. But I started to notice when they started getting into the next decade in the 60s, then they started tapering off on the fins a little bit more, right?
Yeah, I mean, the fins went up, and then, you know, kind of faded away, and they went totally away from it before too long after that, and they were like tapering those back ends.
This is a car that you actually buy, you restore, and this is one you keep stashing in your collection now.
Yeah, I mean, you could. You know, number 3 is considered, you know, a driver quality. You know, that may be in need of a few things, but has had most of the major stuff done.
Right. Actually, this car, man, it's in pretty good condition, but I guess I'm not a Concours judge.
Well, I think, you know? And that's the thing. I think most people that are buying these, they want to get the nicest one they can.
Right.
You know, I think probably the buyer that would be right for this car is going to be a collector that has other cars like this already in their collection, and they might want one that they're not afraid to drive.
Right.
And, you know, not that it's a beater, but to them it would be, you know, something that they would take to the ice cream shop or to the cruise-in as opposed to just trailering it to shows.
Awesome. How many miles does it have?
Odometer shows 3,400. You know, I'm sure that's not the actual miles on it. Like most of these, it's, you know, true mileage unknown.
Right. And then with this type of engine under the hood, what kind of horses were these cars throwing out like that back in the day?
Well, this one had about 230 horsepower and close to 350 pound-feet of torque. So, I mean, for the time, that's a pretty, you know, pretty stout motor, pretty torquey. You know, I mean, it's a 4,800 pound car, so you're not getting, you know, blistering acceleration.
Right. But it feels good though. When you hit it, it feels good.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It's got decent power. You know, these cars have pretty close to 50-50 weight distribution. So, I mean, they're not too bad to drive. I mean, of course, the body roll is unbelievable. You're not cornering in these things. Yeah, just at low speed. You know, but the weight distribution makes it a decent handling car on the open road.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, hey, Tom, you know, as always, man, you know, I enjoy this, man. I can ride around in this thing all day. I feel like we floating on the big marshmallow, Cadillac style. Beautiful car, man. Well, you know, my brother.
Always a pleasure.
Always. Family, follow Tom on Car Guy Chronicles, and also don't forget to tune in for Streetside Classics Test Drive of the Month. And we got some more surprises later on in the show. You're going to see Tom again. He's a busy man. We'll catch you next one. 1954 Cadillac Eldorado. Take a good look at this one, fam. You won't see too many of them. After the break, it's the Spotlight Driver of the Month. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a classic car dealer you can trust? Meet Streetside Classics, the nation's #1 most trusted classic car dealer with 20 years experience in the industry, with indoor showrooms nationwide and financing and shipping worldwide. We deliver industry-leading sales volume and deal with the hassles, while you get no upfront or monthly fees, which means more money in your pocket. Streetside Classics. Let us sell your collector vehicle today.
Welcome back to Muscle and Classics, and now it's time for the return of Thursday Night Thunder and our Spotlight Driver of the Month. So sit back and let's go. that'll do it for the Young Lions division. Up next is the Bandoleros. After a few restarts and running the last lap of the race under caution, the first heat of the day is out of the way. Now it's time for the autograph session and our Spotlight Driver of the Month. The autograph session is one of the coolest parts of Thursday Night Thunder. The crowd actually gets to come down on the track and meet their favorite racer, get an autograph, and check out all the cars. Justin Campbell, standout second-year driver, is one of our previous Spotlight Drivers of the Month, Ashton Whitener and Bailey North. Now, this is normally the time in the show when we present a driver for our Spotlight segment. But this month, we do it a little bit different. On behalf of Bailey North Racing and the entire North Racing family and Muscle and Classics, we shine our light on hashtag Mallory Strong. That's right, hashtag Mallory Strong. Now, hashtag Mallory Strong is all about 7-year-old Mallory Zacharias. On April 29th, Mallory was in a boating accident where she suffered a severe injury to her head. While in a medical-induced coma, Mallory had to undergo surgery for multiple skull fractures. The outpour of support for Mallory and her family from the racing community and just good-hearted people across this country has been outstanding. But what's been more outstanding is the determination, the strength, and the faith of 7-year-old Mallory Zacharias. Special thanks to the team of first responders who quickly came to Mallory's aid. Special thanks to the entire staff at Wolfson Children's Hospital. Mallory's mom says she has been improving daily since waking up from her medically induced coma. That's right, and on June 2nd, Mallory took her victory laps as she checked out the Wolfson's Children's Hospital. Now, Mallory was in the hospital for a total of 36 days, but she is now in outpatient therapy. So let's go to facebook.com/Mallory Strong 2018 and help Mallory and her family with anything they need right now. Alright, family, like we promised you earlier, it's time to hit some car shows. First up, the Hot Rod Power Tour 2018. Then we hit the Streetside Classic Spring Car Show. Then the C.a.n.d.o Car Show. Let's go. Welcome to the Hot Rod Power Tour 2018. And man, let me tell you, it was all about the power. From the drag strip to autocross, cruising the track, or just simply power on display. There were tons of special equipment manufacturers on hand, even a mobile dyno. This is the car enthusiast paradise. If you looking for that special piece for your car, the Hot Rod Power Tour is the place to find it.
How you doing? This is Johnny Johnson from Tuning School. You're watching Muscle and Classics.
Now family, take a good look at this car. This is a Prestone original, 1 of 1. AMC Javelin stretched. She a beast. Family, welcome to the Disney World of Classic Cars, Streetside Classics for the annual Summer Car Show. With at least 475 classic cars, all makes and model under one roof. If you're looking for your dream car, Streetside Classics is definitely the place to start. If you know anything about a Streetside Classics car show, then you know some of the world's biggest collectors and some of the best builders on the planet come out to showcase their work. So sit back and enjoy.
This is Alvin Hill, and you tune in to Muscle Classics.
It's the C.a.n.d.o Car and Bike Show. Now the C.a.n.d.o Car and Bike Show is very special to us here at Muscle and Classics. This marks our 1-year anniversary. The C.a.n.d.o Car and Bike Show was on the very first episode of Muscle and Classics. So this is our roots and this is where we started. So sit back and check out one of the best car and bike shows of the year. Now, where the C.a.n.d.o Car and Bike Show is a lot different than most car shows you might go to, each and every one of these beautiful vehicles are accompanied by their builder. That's right. Now, you already know the C.a.n.d.o Car and Bike Show is all about the builders. But what's more important to the builders are that they're helping kids be prepared for the upcoming school year. The 2018 C.a.n.d.o Car and Bike Show winners.
Hello everyone, this is Tamika Glass coming from the C.a.n.d.o Car and Bike Show 2018. I just want to say that it was such a spectacular event. We had some great support out here at Streetside Classics. So I just want to say, please be ready for 2019 C.a.n.d.o Car and Bike Show. Be ready to support these youth for back to school, and just be ready to give out some book bags and some scholarships in support of our community. Again, thank you so much for such an awesome 2018 C.a.n.d.o Car and Bike Show. From the C.a.n.d.o Car and Bike Show, you're tuned in to Muscle and Classics.
Alright family, that's gonna do it for another episode of Muscle and Classics. We hope you enjoyed the show, and as always important, keep God first and keep it in your own lane.